Well, hello and welcome to GeoSnippits. I'm HeadHardHat. In the next few minutes, we're going to give you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. And in today's episode, I want to go over what I call Geo-Basics. These are geosnippets that are made especially for the geocacher that is just starting out. Today's episode is going to be about calibrating GPS units. How many times when you went out geocaching, this happened to you? Ground zero is somewhere around here. In other words, that's where the geocache is. Your GPS unit says you're either here, 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 or over here, or right here. How can 5 different GPS units say ground zero's in 5 different spots? Let's find out now. Let's quickly go over how GPS units work. That way you'll have a better understanding why you're using them. A GPS unit uses satellites in space. Up there are dozens of them that are made for working with GPS units. They actually send out signals that this receives. Now think of a GPS unit as basically a walking map. It literally is just a map showing exactly where this unit is on planet Earth. And you need all those satellites to hook into this GPS unit in one time to tell you as precisely as possible where you're at. Okay, so let's quickly go over the differences in accuracy between a GPS unit and a smartphone. With a standard GPS unit, keep in mind that ground zero, where that geocache is, can be up to 30 feet off. And also when the hider hid the geocache and marked the spot where it is, that could be 30 feet off. Which means when you go looking for a geocache, it can be up to 60 feet off when you try to find that geocache. So where the X marks the spots on this does not necessarily mean where the geocache really is. Now when it comes to smartphones, keep in mind they're not as accurate as an actual GPS unit like this. So they're great for finding a geocache, but they can be anywhere from 45 to 60 feet off when it comes to finding ground zero. And a lot of people really say if you're going to hide a geocache, don't use a smartphone for that reason. They can really be off in accuracy. So why do you want to calibrate your GPS unit? The answer is simple: accuracy. Every time you change your batteries in one of these or go on a long trip, you want to recalibrate the compass. That way, ground zero, in other words, the coordinates to where the geocache is as close to what it says on this device as possible. Let's go over now how to do just that. Now, when it comes to calibrating your GPS unit, every company's different. I highly recommend you check out your user manual to see exactly what you need to do for your unit. In this case, I'm using a Garmin 60 CSX. What you want to do is turn it on and let it sit for a while so that it can acquire all the satellites that are in the area. In this particular one, it looks like it has about 6 or 7, actually more than that now. It looks like more like 14 units. That gives you one of the most precise spots on where this GPS unit actually is on planet Earth. After the satellites have been acquired, what you want to do is go to the area and setup where it says calibrate compass or calibrate. Something of that nature. Again, every unit's a little bit different. I'm going to do that now. Okay, in a lot of GPS units, you have the choice of calibrating the compass itself or the altimeter. Today we're doing the compass. So I'm going to select compass. And now this is what a lot of people call doing the GPS two-step. When you calibrate your compass, you start it by holding it level in front of you, and then you click start. Once you click start, you have to turn slowly, because this is actually calibrating all the different directions that you need to do. And if you do it just right, calibration completed successfully. This is now calibrated for this area. Now what the funny thing is about the two-step is that you don't have to actually spin in a circle. In other words, a lot of people that are new to GPS units, they're doing this, which is really kind of funny to watch. And actually it's kind of fun to do, but the actual truth is all you really have to do is start the calibration and slowly turn the GPS unit in your hand. If you do it just right without going too fast, this does the same as doing the two-step without doing this. Just something for you to know. Okay, so let's quickly go over what we learned today. We learned that GPS units are the best way to find actual geocaches, that there are differences in accuracies between a handheld unit and a smartphone, that how you calibrate a GPS unit and when you do will determine also how accurate it's going to be. It's extremely important, again, that you calibrate your GPS units every time you change your batteries or go on a long trip. Folks, it's time to go. This is HeadHardHat for GeoSnippits, saying we hope to see you out on the trails real soon. Bye-bye, folks. I'm going to do a